The RG Kar Medical College is in the Shyambazar neighborhood in North Kolkata, India. It has been around since 1886 and one of the oldest medical schools in India. And something terrible happened in this old hospital that shocked the whole country. August 8th at 11 a.m. It was 36 hours of work for a postgraduate trainee who was 31 years old. For the most part, postgraduate trainees are doctors who want to get a master's degree in a certain subject. The trainees also worked shifts of 24 hours, 36 hours, and 72 hours. Tend to be normal. They need to be able to take calls during these shifts, but they have to go back to work as soon as they get a call. She called her parents at night and said goodnight. She then went around the hospital giving medicine to people. She did things like this all the time. At 2 a.m., she stopped making her rounds as a doctor and ate dinner with 4 co-workers. One worked in the house, and the other was an intern, and 2 were training to do work after graduate school. In the seminar hall on the 3rd floor of the college's pulmonology department, she ordered her food and then turned on the TV to watch the Olympics. The seminar room is 40 feet long and 30 feet wide, and it can hold 50 people. From the elevator on the 3rd floor, you have to walk down a hall to get to the seminar room. In what place the CCTV cameras are. But there were no cameras set up in the seminar room, because I watched the Olympics for an hour. The other people left the seminar room, but this girl worked a 36-hour shift and fell asleep there because she was so tired. At 3 a.m., an intern wakes her up to give her a report. She does go back to sleep after seeing the report, though. At this point, she was last seen alive. At 7:30 a.m. the next morning, it was found that a 31-year-old postgraduate trainee had died. There were 10 wounds in the same hallway. Her eyes and private parts were dripping with blood, and only part of her body was covered. At 10:53 a.m., the assistant superintendent of the hospital calls the girl's parents and asks them to go to the hospital with her because her daughter is sick. After 22 minutes, at 11:15 a.m., the same person calls the parents again and tells them their daughter committed suicide. A family member of the victim said that the girl's parents had to wait 3 hours before the body was shown to them. They kept us standing there for 3 hours. In addition, the father was told to go in even after they said it was okay, and take a picture before you leave. When the father saw how his daughter was feeling, he couldn't calm down. He said, "My daughter has been our D and M addition. She's not there anymore. You can't turn her away. We should get justice at the very least." After what happened, Vineet Goyal, the chief of police in Kolkata, and the state's health secretary, Ines Nigam, reached the hospital in order to do a probe. It was also made public that Mamata Banerjee, the chief minister, has told the family that they will get justice quickly. But the protests have already begun. A lot of doctors and postgraduate students at the hospital broke out in protest and insisted on a body autopsy. After this, there were protests all over the country. The police first got to the scene of the crime early on August 9th. Since they are supposed to work at the hospital's outpost, they can quickly get there. Right away, they tell the Tala police station, who is in charge of the hospital. A group of officers shows up at the police station. That includes the detectives from the homicidal wing. On time, at 11:30 a.m., forensic experts show up, and a case of unnatural death is opened. After the family called the police, there is now a R**E and M***R case in the case. There are 15 computer monitors set up in a hospital room by the police squad, and starts to watch each CCTV clip. The investigation will then begin. That night, 5 people were on night duty. They are taken apart and questioned one by one. Since the statements of these 5 people are so similar, they are no longer being held by the police. They only look at one person again when they re-examine, who wore shorts and a t-shirt with no sleeves, and was going around the seminar hall on the 3rd floor at 4 a.m. The CCTV footage showed that he had a Bluetooth headset on his shoulder. This particular detail is very important. You'll soon understand why. A hospital outpost police officer has identified this person. He goes by the name Sanjoy Roy. The location of his cell phone is tracked. It is found that he is living in a police barrack in Salt Lake, Kolkata. An arrest squad is sent out the next day, August 10th, to make the arrest. For now, the investigation is still going on, and they find a Bluetooth headphone at the crime scene. When the police come, they ask Sanjoy where his Bluetooth headphones are. Sanjoy says he has lost them. However, when the police turn on Sanjoy's Bluetooth headphones, when you use Bluetooth headphones with your phone, they automatically connect to your headphones, found where the crime took place. The police file then names Sanjoy as the first suspect, and he starts to question. When Sanjoy first got to the hospital that night, he was drunk. He leaves the hospital at 11 p.m. to drink more, and he comes back at 4 a.m. The Kolkata police say that Sanjoy has admitted. For the sake of proof, though, several signs of injuries were found on Sanjoy's body, together with trying to match the skin samples from Sanjoy's DNA samples that were taken from the nails of the victim. At this time, there is no official forensic report available. But who is Sanjoy Roy? His mother, sister, neighbor, and other family members have all called Sanjoy a shame. He has 2 sisters. His sister is older than him and works as an assistant sub-inspector for the Kolkata police. His sister number 2 does volunteer work for the community. I don't want to talk about him at all, his sister said, because he brings shame to our family history. When it comes to him, I don't know what to say. We're not even going to come get his body, even if he is hanged. In 2019, Sanjoy joined the Kolkata Police Disaster Management Group as a volunteer for the government. Volunteers from the public sector help police with traffic management or how to handle a disaster. Since they are contract workers, they get $150 a month. They aren't really part of the Kolkata police force. Sanjoy, on the other hand, said that he was a police officer from Kolkata. Yes, there was also a Kolkata police sticker on his bike. In addition, Sanjoy had been to the RG car campus before. 2 years ago, he worked there as a cook. He didn't come back for 2 years, though. When he got back, he said that he was a police officer from Kolkata. The staff said that Sanjoy used to go to the hospital, and he was good friends with Principal Sundeep Ghosh. In fact, Sanjoy made money from this. When he asked patients for money, he would tell them he would pay them back. He would make plans for them to go to the hospital. There isn't a formal forensic report yet, so Sanjoy is being looked at as a possible suspect. This is why the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, doesn't have enough proof to make a decision. To the contrary of Sanjoy. But this is not the first time Sanjoy has called the police. On May 13, 2023, his wife called the police and made a report, since Sanjoy beat her up when she was 3 months pregnant. Before August 8, 2022, on August 8, 2022, Sanjoy was the subject of a second police report, but the police did not bring charges against him. In reality, he was a police officer who volunteered. Durga Devi, Sanjoy's mother-in-law, said that he had hit her daughter. But if the police had brought charges against him, things would not have gone wrong. This is a very common thing for rapists to do. This isn't about having sex. It has to do with having power and control. A rapist feels no shame at all. Instead, he blames the victim. Even though Sanjoy was caught, there are still a lot of unhappy people. Some say Sanjoy wasn't the only one. The real criminal is protected because of the shocking details in the autopsy report, shown that this can't be done by one person. The report showed that at 4:40 p.m. on August 9th that the bed had a lot of hair on it. Besides this, the report has a lot of graphic information that I don't want to talk about in this video. For example, wounds that happen on the outside of the body. Dr. Subarna Goswami, who used to be RG Car's student, said that several penetrations were done after reading the report. This means that more than one person was involved. A number of facts that are going around the internet, things like 150 grams of semen found in the vagina, are not true at all. Dr. Rajadhar of the C.K. Birla Hospital in Kolkata also said that. Reports say that more than one person committed this crime. Says that based on the details of the crime, several people were a part of this awful act. This is why the investigation is still going on. When people found out how the government treated the college principal, the head of RG Car is Sundeep Ghosh. Just like I said before, the victim's family was told that the girl killed herself. As the administrative head of a college, the principal, the responsibility lies with the principal. It's hard to believe that the principal said no approved before they talked to the victim's family. I think the worst part is how the principal tried to blame the victim. He said it was dangerous to send a girl to a seminar hall by herself at night. A principal of a medical college is like those people who make girls responsible for the crimes they have to deal with. After the principal said something so horrible, there were protests against him or her. He was not hurt, though. He finally quit on August 12th, 3 days after the meeting. The Bengali government did not accept his resignation, though. He was then sent to Calcutta National Medical College to take its place, after which he was made principal. Dr. Sundeep Ghosh stepped down as the principal of R.G. Kar Medical College. The government of West Bengal named him the main authority of Calcutta's National Medical College and Hospital. So, if you don't want to take responsibility and say something very bad, you won't lose your job. You will be given the job of principal at another medical college. His new job should be stopped by doctors, students, and junior interns. Close the office doors. In order to keep the principal from starting his new job, 2 well-known Trinamool Congress members went there to help the students relax. The state minister was Jawed Ahmad Khan, and the MLA was Swarna Kamal. But the students asked why you were there to make us feel better. If you were so worried, why did you choose Sundeep Ghosh to be the new principal? The Trinamool Congress and Sundeep Ghosh are linked. A lot of doctors have told him that he treats the hospital like his own private space. Akhtar Ali, who used to be the deputy superintendent of R.G. Kar, said that Sundeep was one of the most dishonest people they knew. He's a corrupt man. He failed the students in RGK Medical College. He took 20% commission from the tender order. He used to take a commission in every project in the college. A lot of students who have worked with Sundeep say that this principal is in charge of everything. A medical intern said in an interview that it's all up to Dr. Sundeep Ghosh to control you. He makes threats against the students by using his political ties. If they don't listen to his advice, because they spoke out against him, many of his students were unhappy with him. An attorney for a victim's family said, the government didn't fire the principal. Instead, they moved him. What makes people trust the government? Because of this, the court sent the case to the CBI. People lost faith in the Kolkata police because of this. To figure out why people don't trust the West Bengal government. In a different study, you need to know how politics work in Bengal, an Indian state. The West Bengal government is run by the Trinamool Congress, that they learned from the Communist Party. This means that whether it's politics at the local or university level, there is a voice for the Trinamool Congress everywhere. This is why a lot of people can't say anything bad about it. People don't think that, though, because of the Bengali government can do a fair investigation. The case was brought to court on August 13th. The victim's family members said that the case needs to be taken over by the CBI right away, or there will be no proof left. The lawyer had a lot of arguments. As an example, the family was told that the case involved suicide. They had to wait 3 hours before they could see the body. After that, there was proof of murder and rape. But the first case the Kolkata police looked into was a death that didn't seem natural. Dr. Sundeep Ghosh wasn't fired. Instead, he was moved. This case was heard by the Calcutta High Court and turned over the case to the CBI. The CBI, on the other hand, wasn't even working when a video went viral. The school classroom where the victim was raped and killed. Suddenly, work was starting on the room next door. A student who was protesting asked why the crime scene was being torn down. While an investigation was going on, there was an important event at your university. The CBI is going to start their investigation soon. So why the build-up? What's the hurry? On top of that, there were rumors on social media that drugs and sex were being sold at the college. Because the details are so gross, and there isn't any specific information or proof in any official report. That being said, the public no longer trusted the government. They do not think that a full investigation will be done. On August 14th, they planned a peaceful protest. Before the day India got its independence, all over the country, people marched to reclaim the night, to show that women can be involved in public life. We're not only unsafe at night, but we're also unsafe during the day. We're visited during the day. We want our safety. We want the safety of our girls. We don't want anything else. Protests were held peacefully all over the country. But all of a sudden, the protest moved dangerously close to the RG Kar hospital. At 2 p.m., fighting broke out in the hospital. A lot of unknown people got through the barriers. Doctors were mistreated, and hospital property was damaged. Emergency beds that were being used by patients were destroyed. The doctors, nurses, and police had to run for their lives. People at the protests said that these unidentified. They showed up at the protest site in trucks, but no one knew who they were. A lot of them were trying to get to the hostel for girls. There was an air of fear around. At 2 in the morning, the head of the Kolkata police force, Vineet Goyal, showed up at the scene and said the media were to blame. He said that the media had made people not trust each other, between the people and the police. A vicious attack by the media. The Kolkata police are no longer trusted. Because of this, whether it's social media or this. A spokesman for the Indian political party BJP said that the people who did this were from Mamata Banerjee's Bengali political party, Trinamool Congress. She said it was caused by other opposition groups. Kolkata police are now using Twitter to find out who these people are. We still don't know who they are, though, as well as the reason they went to the hospital. There are many people who say they were sent by someone to destroy evidence. There was a lot going on in the hospital, but the Kolkata police made it clear that the crime happened in a seminar room. There was no harm done. But shouldn't that be the job of the Bengali government, as well as the Kolkata police, to stop fighting and keep the peace? In its place, Mamata Banerjee said she would be protesting on August 19th. Why? Because she thinks rapists should be put to death. It's right to hang them up. It sounds like the kettle is calling the pot black. Someone was raped in the state capital. The principal and administrative leader of the medical college were moved. Instead of being fired, the case is then given to the CBI. Then you want the death penalty and justice to happen quickly. The government and the police are under your control. What's all the fuss about, anyway? To protest, Mamata Banerjee, the chief minister of Bengal, has called for the death penalty. Tries to keep you busy. That's all the information we have on the case for now, but we will definitely keep you updated as the investigation unfolds. So, make sure to subscribe and like the video to stay informed. Thanks for watching.